Do you want to be like Jesus, to experience the power he had, the life he lived? If so, listen to this devotional written by Ellen G. White. Good morning and happy Sabbath. Thank you so much for joining us for our daily devotional reading, To Be Like Jesus. Our title today is Rich Blessings from a Sabbath for the Land, August 24th. 6 years you shall sow your field, and 6 years you shall prune your vineyard, and gather in its fruit. But in the 7th year there shall be a Sabbath of solemn rest for the land, a Sabbath to the Lord. You shall neither sow your field nor prune your vineyard. Leviticus 25, verse 3 and 4. The Feast of Tabernacles or Harvest Festival, with its offerings from orchard and field, its week's encampment in the leafy booths, its social reunions, the sacred memorial service, and the generous hospitality to God's workers, the Levites of the sanctuary, and to his children, the strangers and the poor, uplifted our minds in gratitude to him who had crowned the year with his goodness and whose paths dropped fatness. By the devout in Israel, fully a month of every year was occupied in this way. It was a period free from care and labor, and almost wholly devoted in the truest sense to purposes of education. In apportioning the inheritance of his people, it was God's purpose to teach them, and through them the people after generations, correct principles concerning the ownership of the land. The land of Canaan was divided among the whole people, the Levites only as ministers of the sanctuary being accepted. Though one might for a season dispose of his possession, he could not batter away the inheritance of his children. When able to do so, he was at liberty at any time to redeem it. Debts were remitted every 7th year, and in the 50th or year of Jubilee, all landed property reverted to the original owner. Thus, every family was secured in its possession, and a safeguard was afforded against the extremes either of wealth or of poverty. By the distribution of land among the people, God provided for them as for dwellers in Eden the occupation most favorable for development, the care of plants and animals. A further provision for education was the suspension of agricultural labor every 7th year, the land lying fallow, and its spontaneous products being left to the poor. Thus was given opportunity for more extended study, for social interaction and worship, for the exercise of benevolence so often crowded out by life's cares and labors. Were the principles of God's laws regarding the distribution of property carried out in the world today, how different would be the condition of the people. Education, page 42 up to page 44.
I heard an